Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. I hope you are doing well today on this lovely Saturday in July. Today my video is to celebrate Gay Pride Day in the UK. Today, July 8th, is the UK Pride Festival, and the lovely people over at Granta sent me some nonfiction, some essays, and some books to celebrate Gay Pride in the UK, and so I'm going to go over with them, and I'll list them all below as I always do. I've read most of them. There's one book that I haven't read, but I definitely think that they're all stuff that you guys are going to want on your radar, and most of them are very, very short. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is actually an essay that is available online, so I will give you the link in the description box below, and it is called A Brief Guide to Gender in India, and it is written by Minal Hajratwala, and I'm going to just show this because I printed this essay for myself because I know I'm saying that wrong. But what I will tell you is that it is a fascinating look at how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to be trans, and kind of how really the only option in India from this author's perspective is to be a man, and all of the difficulties that face women and trans people, and it's very, very powerful. It's very short, but it packs quite a punch. So I will link it below. I highly recommend that you read it. I'm going to go look for other stuff by Minal Hajratwala, and this essay was called A Brief Guide to Gender in India. The next thing they sent me were a couple of collections of their essays. This one is the Granta A Kept Woman Night Thoughts, the F Word, and it's all about women's fiction. And the essay that really I highlighted in here that I was going to talk to you about is an essay by Jeanette Winterson, which I know a lot of people really love, and I clearly need to get on board because I have not read any of her. But she wrote an essay called All I Know About Gertrude Stein, which is at the end of this collection. And I just wanted to read you sort of the closing few lines to it. I don't know if you guys know who Gertrude Stein is. I assume you do. She is a very famous lesbian writer and theorist and feminist, and she wrote a very famous book about her lover and Alice Tokol. And the last sort of lines in this essay are, the question is, how do we love? It is a personal question, each to each, intense, private, frightening, necessary. It is a world question too, angry, refusing, demanding, difficult. Love is not sentimental. Love is not second best. Women will have to take up arms to love. Take me in your arms. This is the here that we have. When I finished this essay, that stuck in my head for a lot, and there's a great sort of drawing at the beginning of it. Let me see if I can get that art for you. So, Granta publishes these collections of essays. This is number 115, and I'm going to talk about another one next. And they're collections of writings. It's a magazine of new writing, and this one focuses obviously on a lesbian relationship, and it was really, really good. So that was the essay, All I Know About Gertrude Stein by Jeanette Winterson, that was in the A Kept Woman issue 115 of Granta. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to talk fast and get my thoughts out there, and I have so much to say today. The next one they sent me was this one, which is Legacies of Love, Granta episode 1, or issue. I keep saying episode. Can you tell TV in my head? 136, because it had maybe one of the most powerful essays I have ever read about being gay in another country. And it's called Africa's Future Has No Place for Stupid Black Men. And I'm not really going to try to pronounce that name because it is really hard. Pwaangulongii Dauod. I'm really sorry. I'm looking at the photo here. This is a sort of narrative nonfiction piece that I read in this collection, which is about being gay in Nigeria, which has a law that basically makes it illegal and punishable by death. And it is about a man who, and sort of the interaction he has with one of his friends, a gay man, right before the last interaction he has before his friend is no longer with him. I don't want to ruin exactly what happens, but it's about a party or a a meeting that they put on for gays and lesbians to get together. The first half of it is to celebrate and just be who you are in a safe space. And the second half of it is about what are they going to do next when the police arrive. It is really powerful, really well written. Nigeria has been a lot in my reading lately, and every time I've read something about Nigeria, it has been powerful and eye-opening, and this was really good, guys. So if you can get this one and read that essay, maybe you can find that essay online at Granta, but I really, really liked it, and the name of it again is Africa's Future Has No Space for Stupid Black Men. I will link this whole book below, or this whole issue below, and then you guys can go find it, okay? And then the last two things are actually novels. One I've read and one I have not read. So of everything I have read, everything so far, but I'm going to talk about what I haven't read, and that is Under the Udala Tree by Chinelo Akparanta. Okay, and this book has been going around. It's actually a debut novel, and I don't know if you guys watch Eric and Anna's book club that they just started, but this is one of the books that they actually talk about. I will link that video below for you. But this is a coming-of-age tale again in Nigeria. It says, it is 1968, the height of Nigerian civil war, when Ijima notices a young girl following her home. Her name is Amina, and she is Haswe, and Jima is Igbo. And I'm probably saying all of those wrong. I'm really sorry. Though they should be mortal enemies, the two girls swiftly fall into an irrevocable friendship, one that will shake the foundation of Iojima's faith, test her resolve, and flood her heart. Now, I will tell you, I read about the first 50 pages of this book the other day, and it is beautifully, beautifully written, but it was very dark to start. Very dark, and I just wasn't at a place where I could read it at that time, but it was beautiful, and I'm really excited to go back to it. And that's Under the Udala Tree by Chinelo Akparanta. Okay, and now last but not least is the novel that I have read, and that is The Proof of Love by Katherine Hall. I know you guys have probably seen this around. This is one of Simon Savage's favorite books. As I said in my last video, Berkeley, sit down. Thank you. In my last video, I was lucky enough to be on Simon's podcast, and he talked about how he hoped that this would be a modern classic. Mercedes over at Mercy's Musings just read it as well and loved it, and I will jump directly on that train. This is a fantastic book, and it was also a winner of the Green Carnation Prize. This is the story of Spencer. Spencer, and I can't remember what the year is. It's the 70s. There was a summer where it was ridiculously hot, and Spencer is fleeing something from college. Something has happened, and he needs to get away. So he goes to somewhere rural, and he winds up getting a job on a farm where he winds up befriending a little girl named Alice. It's about him and the physical labor and coming to terms with what has happened. It's about his friendship with Alice. It's about a relationship that he gets into with a guy who lives in the area. It's about the world, that world. And I will tell you, Katherine Hall creates the heat and the dry and the environment almost better than any author that I've ever read. And you will be there and you will sweat just reading the pages of this book. It is beautifully written, it is heartbreaking, and if you haven't read The Proof of Love by Katherine Hall, you really need to. I know it's a bit tough to get over here in the US, so book depository it, go to Granta, see if you can get it from them. I know there's a lot of us that would tell you to read this book, and it is fantastic. So that's The Proof of Love by Katherine Hall. So a big thank you to Granta for sending me all of these books and essays to read. Happy Pride Month. Celebrate whoever you are, whatever makes you who you are today, every day. Celebrate that. Love who you are. Love those around you for who they are. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys soon in another video. Bye.